Join me as we talk all things true crime.
Made contact and shattered.
The missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and that the mother has went through a wall, came home, now they can't find her.
Chad, where are Lori's kids? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
4 were stabbed multiple times and were likely asleep during the attack. Some had defensive wounds.
Most of them had just like one that was the lethal stab wound.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Once I told a lie, and I told my family, I had to keep lying.
McSherman is a demon.
We haven't cleared anybody.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for being here for another ATS News live stream. So unexpectedly tonight we are doing another Watts related live stream. Usually we just do it on Thursday nights and it's a recap or re-review, or deep dive into the case. However, something landed on my desk today sent to me by my friend Teresa from Criminality. And apparently there is a new article out about Watts. So let me pull that up and we will jump right into it. Thank you to my moderators letting me know that the sound is good and you guys can hear me loud and clear. I did put my TikTok link in chat. I'll do it again right now. Follow me over there. I'm trying to get it so that I can go live over there and I only need like less than 200 more followers. And I don't know. I was just thinking like bring people from TikTok to YouTube and grow our community that way, spread the news on the missing persons cases we follow that way, as well as just research deep dives of true crime together with new people. And then I was thinking over there, do like cooking and true crime or makeup and hair and true crime. And then it's like a different format than what it is over here on YouTube. And I will still be on YouTube, of course. So I don't know if you guys were interested. I got the link in chat. All right. So getting right into it. And hello, Jay, Pointer Lover, Tony, Paul, Adrian, Beam, Bio Girl. Good to see you guys. Nana Banana, Donna, Natasha, Keenly, London Dairy. Good to see you. Marco, K-Love, Hooptastic. If I missed you guys, we've just got a lot to get into. Well, not really a lot, but warning, you may get infuriated again just because it's just ridiculous. So yes, it's the Daily Mail, but however, the information is coming from a source that we all know, Dylan Tallman, who was co-author with Chris, and then Chris's name and face was removed from this devotional book, and just a lot of weird stuff going on, but they've been friends for a while. Last I knew they had a falling out, but I don't know what exactly is going on between them. But apparently some letters have been sold and shared with the media. And I believe New York Post commented on it as well. So let's just read this. Again, you're probably going to be annoyed just like I was, but here we go. Killer dad Chris Watts, who murdered his pregnant wife and suffocated his 2 daughters, 4 and 3, before stashing their bodies in oil drums, now blames his wife for the horrific murders and offers up vile excuse. Chris Watts strangled his wife, Shanann, and smothered his 2 daughters. He buried his wife in a shallow grave and dumped in daughters' bodies. Oh, I guess they forgot the word oil. Since their murders, he has been offering a vile excuse for his crimes. And we've seen ever since he's been arrested, totally different confessions, different stories, pointing the finger at all these different places. And none of us, well, I guess I can't speak for everybody, but I feel, and you guys let me know in chat and on replay, do you believe he has told any story that is the truth? I believe that there's bits and pieces sprinkled throughout all his confessions that are true, but I just don't think that we've gotten anything close to the truth on things. Hi, Leia and Wanderers, everyone else who's joined. Okay, back to reading, so I won't be able to read your chat's comments yet. Killer dad Chris Watts has secretly offered up a vile excuse for why he murdered his pregnant wife and 2 daughters, 3 and 4, more than 6 years from his horrific crimes. Watts, 36, strangled his partner Shanann. I feel like he's older than 36 right now, because he was 33 when the crimes took place, and that was 6 years ago. Anyways, strangled his partner Shanann, who was 15 weeks pregnant with their son, inside their 5-bed family home in Frederick, Colorado on August 13th, 2018, after she came back from a business trip from Arizona. The killer, who was serving more than 5 life sentences for his sick crimes, took her body away in his truck and his 2 daughters, Bella, 4, and Celeste, 3, before smothering them both with a bucket. See, I don't know where this bucket is coming from. Like, oh, no. Okay. I guess I'm just tired. Blanket. Okay, that's what we've heard. But even still, this whole narrative that they're telling us is obviously the mainstream narrative from the district attorney. Watts buried his wife in a shallow grave and dumped his daughter's bodies in oil storage tanks. In newly revealed letters seen by New York Post, he said he sought refuge with his mistress, Nicole Kessinger, as she was, quote, everything my wife wasn't. And now it's like, Watts, you're too stupid to realize that, like, that's exactly what Nicole Kessinger was doing on purpose. Like, you don't know the real Nicole Kessinger, I feel. Like, you know who she portrayed herself to be, in my opinion. Adding that, pregnant Shanann was a, quote, control freak. So these quotes are coming from this letter. So everything my wife wasn't and a control freak are apparently direct quotes. The handwritten notes to Dylan Tallman, fellow inmate at Dodge Correctional Institution in Wisconsin, Watts said his marriage was unfulfilling and as she was just really busy with her job and everything it required. And that's also in quotes. Adding that he was often his daughter's primary care. Watch said, oh, boo-hoo. Watch said he was tempted away from his marriage after he met Nicole following some weight loss in 2017. Another quote. She was everything my wife wasn't, like with me. She was just nice and not a control freak. We could make decisions together. Oh, interesting. So what decisions did you guys make together? Plotting anything together? We knew each other for a while, but we didn't start messing around until 6 weeks before, he continued. I was not thinking. We worked together. We had chemistry, and I fell into temptation. She was the forbidden fruit. So this is what's interesting. We worked together, he follows it up with. Yeah, but she didn't start until April. So when you say things in the first part of this, we knew each other for a while, but didn't start messing around until 6 weeks before. First off, I don't believe it was just 6 weeks before. Second off, did you just admit to knowing her for a while? Because you guys in all your interviews have played it off like, no, it was just, when I started working with him that we met. Like, no, because Watts is these are letters to Dylan, who doesn't know the story like you and I know, right? So when he says we worked together, I'm sure Dylan's under the impression that he knew her for a while, where it says we knew each other for a while because they were working together. But no, she didn't start working with you until April. So how did you know her for a while? And this is where it's like, okay, so are there truths out in the midst of all these stories and confessions? I feel like that's a truth that has kind of leaked out. Just like when he said in one of the letters to Cadel, if you have it in your heart that there's more to the story, you're right. Or something like that. So in my opinion, it's like, seems pretty clear. Okay. Hang on one second. Okay. No, I'm not popular. It's my little one calling me from the other phone upstairs. I'm like, babe, she's FaceTiming me. Okay, yeah, NK's calling in. Imagine. Oh, she's watching. She's watching. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but that's the thing, stuffed. By new, you're saying I think he means they worked at the same place. So the thing is, she started working with him not that long before this whole thing took place. So when he says we knew each other for a while, like what? Because it was only like a couple weeks before this 6-week period took place. It says, but we didn't start messing around until 6 weeks before. So how can you know someone for a while, meeting them in April, and then all of a sudden you're hot and heavy having sex 6 times a day? It's just, I feel like, and a lot of people feel like that they've known each other much longer. I just don't think April is a long time to say like we knew each other for a while, because you have to get to know someone, you have to introduce yourself, etc. Like they didn't know each other when she started working there in April. Paul T says only 6 times. According to NK, she was like not happy about. We'll get into those notes on another night. But yeah, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Because to know someone for a while isn't just meeting them like, oh, this is a new girl. Like, no, the way that he's saying it is like you knew each other, a lot about each other for a while, and then we started becoming intimate 6 weeks prior to the murders. And plus, remember, she's searching Chris Watts in August 2017. So she must have known him to look him up. And that was a whole year before the murders. Yeah, I do too. And I have a Shenan's live stream that I want to play after we get through this article, with just some things I have questions on about. I think she found him on Facebook before they officially met. Yeah, she definitely did stalk her Facebook for a year. So yeah, that's the thing, Bobby, is we don't have like an exact time that they officially hooked up. So it's very, everything about when they knew each other, how they knew each other, like that's never been clear. Why wouldn't that be clear by this point? I agree, Jay. 100% her going for that job was totally not by chance. Agree. And isn't it so funny that like Chris even says like it was her dream job? Yeah, I think for her to be looking up Chris and then Shanann, she had to have known Chris first. And that was 2017, August and September. And the house explosion, where the oil company that they worked for was involved, was April 2017. So not too long after a house explodes directly linked to a fracking accident in 2017, NK is looking up Chris and Shanann. And then the day that they're murdered, allegedly, Chris is out at an oil tank working for that same company with a same issue, a leak that could have caused another explosion. But, you know, that's just coincidence. I don't believe the 4th of July fireworks story. I don't know. It was a good theory. I just really think that she, I think the gym is a better theory, that they knew each other from a gym. Or even meeting at like that park where she walked her dog and met the FBI agent, and he says that they hung out at a park for the first time. Maybe when he was going running and she's walking the dog. All right, let's finish up this stupid article. All right. But he has also blamed Nicole herself for being the death of me, in quotes. In a letter dated March 2020, he wrote, "The words of a harlot brought me low. Her flattering speech was like drops of honey that pierced my heart and soul. Little did I know that all her guests were in the chamber of death." And funny how he ties death into something about Nicole Kessinger. Watts seemingly has a habit of refusing to own up to his horrific crimes. In the 2 days after he slaughtered his family, he claimed that he had nothing to do with his family's disappearance and even appeared on television to plead for them to come home. In text messages to his mistress just hours before he had killed his pregnant wife and children, Watts denied having anything to do with their disappearance, according to previously unreleased footage of the woman's interview with police. "I was still in my head. I was stressed out," Kessinger told authorities, according to footage posted on March 2nd by Frankie Rusek Jr., Shanann's brother. "So I texted Chris one last time. I told him, if you did anything bad, you're going to ruin your life and you're going to ruin my life. I promise you that." And he responded, "I didn't hurt my family, Nikki." And that was the last text I ever said one word. I never said one word to him after that, she said. And interesting, we've never seen the text message. It's only been what she said that it was, because remember, she deleted everything. After his arrest, he initially claimed that Shanann had killed the girls after he had told her he wanted a separation, and then he strangled her in anger. At his trial, he pleaded guilty to avoid the death penalty, which has since been abolished in Colorado. He is serving 5 life sentences plus 48 years in prison without the possibility of parole at the Dodge Correctional Institution in Wisconsin. And that's the end of the article. So, just for shits and giggles.
Chris, come stand up for me. I'm going to have you face that wall over there. Yep, just face it. Lift up your hands. Okay, come and face this wall. Okay, go and face me. Okay, you don't have anything on you, right? Okay, nothing in your pockets? Okay, go ahead and face that other wall behind you. I'm just going to search you real quick. Spread your legs. Further. Okay, turn around, face me. No earrings, necklaces, anything like that? Okay. Let's walk out this way. Go straight. Go out that door to your left. Have a seat. Just gotta.
Bye-bye, Chris. Off to solitary confinement. Let's watch this too, just for remembrance sake. Oh, thank you so much, fan lady, for the super chat. I am of the opinion that NK was hired in 2017. Interesting. So that, her saying that she was contracted from Anadarko in April 2018. Do you think that she was working for this other company that was contracted and then didn't start Anadarko till 2018? By hired, I mean to help take care of, Shannon and the girls. Yeah, I could definitely see that for whatever reason, the plan in NK's mind or on her end started much earlier than I think it did for Chris. Just knowing that she was stalking him and the family that far in advance, it almost seemed like he was targeted or they were targeted. Okay, being Bio Girl, I hope you feel better. He shouldn't have just signed the agreement so they could do a full. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? NK probably would still get away. Right. Who knows? Especially if she was going to be a witness for the prosecution. They might have still tried to hide things or spin things their way. Like, oh, no, she's a victim. Yeah, I do too, Tony. I think she at least knew of Chris in 2017. So when in this letter, when he's saying to Dylan, we knew each other for a while, but then didn't start like hooking up until 6 weeks prior. It's like, I think that that's true. We worked together. We had chemistry. Like, no, you knew each other and you knew you had chemistry before she was working with you in April. In my opinion, and many others.
What's that?
My camera. Lay down.
Loading my stuff up in my coolers, my water jugs, my book bag, my computers, some of the tools that I have in the toolbox. I knew I was going to have to do some pumping unit rubbers today. That's why I was out so far.
Is this on continually
Yep.
recording?
Yep. Well,
It's not, is it motion or is it?
event,
Okay, so it's motion.
any motion event that happens, but I get cars driving from this street. And this is him at 517.
Usually park out there on the side. I just want to get everything.
And never forget, when you see him on his phone, we know for a fact that he was texting NK at this time.
Be easier to lug everything out there, all the tools that I had to bring in.
And I still stand by the opinion that he wasn't nervous because you could see him carrying Shanann's body out to the truck. I don't believe that that took place. I know he's not the smartest guy, but who would bring their dead wife out the front door when the neighborhood is just waking up and everyone's getting ready for work and leaving, etc.? I believe that he's nervous because he thinks that you can see other people on the camera, especially NK and the children, because I believe that he bends down and he picks up one of the kids and puts them in the back. You can see its shadow walk under the truck. You never see him lift anything or carrying anything that resembles a body. So, and if Nate and the cops saw him carrying a body out to the truck, this would have been closed up much quicker. I think that it was very hard to see, but I think he's mostly nervous because you can see NK and the children who left alive, because at this point he's told everybody that they left with their mom somewhere and he went to work alone. So he's all nervous thinking, great, they're going to see me like pick up these kids and put them in my truck and they're going to know I lied. Or it's that and they see NK on camera.
What else can I do with this?
My detective just showed up. So he'll probably want to talk to you. He'd probably, like I said, he might have you call at the bank and see if there's any kind of activity.
Because if there was any sort of action out
On
there,
his camera, it's
I
like,
would have got it.
like
Right.
we had issues the other week when people were stealing stuff out of like garages and stuff like that. And I had parked my truck
I
up
had
here.
it parked right here.
Yeah. So someone,
See if
I could
anything
see where
happened.
someone tried to jimmy with a flathead screwdriver over there, and it was just like,
But if any action would have happened, any cars or anything left your house, I would
yeah,
have
they would
got it.
have been like right in that area. They should have picked. I mean,
Oh, it'll pick up anything coming down the street this way.
you know where that tree is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Watch, I'll show you. There's nothing on here. We've already watched that one. But like, you'll see this car.
What security system do you have?
All right. So if you just joined us, we went through the new article that was released today regarding a letter that Chris wrote to a former inmate and friend, Dylan, that Dylan has brought to the mainstream media. And as of right now, I'm going to pull up this was just something I noticed the other day. Like, I've seen her videos so many times, but I feel like you gain more insight as you watch their dynamics and just hear things about their lifestyle and life. So this was a Shanann Watts live stream on Facebook that she posted December 10th, 2016. So she had just kind of started Thrive. Chris had just started using it as well. And she just kind of talks about their lifestyle together, and there's just some stuff that I wanted to point out and kind of discuss too. Also, I want to put it out there. Please do not criticize her parenting or the victims at all, please. I just want us to observe and, you might have an opinion, and I've said it once or twice or a few times, not everything that Shanann did as a mother and wife, I would do myself, like we're all different people. So I don't want to see the comments of, bashing her, because there's more to this and more important things to kind of pull from this.
So I'm coming to you this morning. I'm super excited because I found something that I've been waiting patiently for my order. I was procrastinating, forgot to place my order, and so with being busy and everything, with everyone, helping everyone between my team and my customers, completely forgot about placing my order. So, Corey, you will be excited to know that after today, the Pure Lady will no longer not have any Pure. And hopefully my kids will survive today without going to timeout all day long, because they're already on the verge. Bella's already been to her room twice. Cece's been in timeout twice. Bella.
Hi, Margie. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good night. I can't wait to have a margarita or chocolate martini when this pregnancy's over. I'll say that. And I'm not even like a big drinker, but it's like one of those things when you can't have something, you just want it.
So between that and I'm struggling right now. Celeste, no ma'am. Cece. All right, guys. So if I can get this open, we'll be good. Hi, Debbie.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out, because that was something that we, brought up before. Alicia says, I think people forget there are homes across the street that got video footage in front of that house. And we have proof of that in the discovery. They mention it. And on the body camera, house to house neighborhoods, survey or neighborhood watch that they did, like from each neighbor, spreading the word and handing out the flyers, they say that the street across from the Watts had a Ring camera, and they'll never release it, like you said. See, I don't think that he loaded her in the truck. I think there's other reasons why they're hiding it, personally. And remember, no cadaver dog alerted to death in the truck. It only alerted the scent dog picked up a live scent from the people from the house in the truck, which if he took Bella and Cece alive, then that explains that. But there's a lot that they're hiding, including the security control panel from the Watts house, their home security, which would prove or disprove if anybody else was in that house after Chris left.
All right. No longer struggling. I have Pure. I'm so excited. I found this in my purse. See what happens when you clean out your purses? You find some little jewels. Bella, be nice to Dieter. Bella Marie. You guys want to see something? No, you stepped on him. You can't step on Dieter. Oh. Yeah, oh. So I am so excited. I've been dying for some Pure, and see what happens when you forget about you and you start focusing on your customers and your team. Cece, please don't step on the dog. Oh my goodness. Hey, Mandy. Look what I have. I'm so excited. Oh my God, this thing is Pure is amazing. Super amazing, especially with the having 2 crazy kids all the time. Delicious. You guys, if you haven't tried Pure, 1, it's absolutely delicious. 2, the mood I'm in, it gives me so much stamina, the energy. This, in addition to my Thrive experience, has been awesome. I know, Mandy, it's just like my go-to like drink in the car when I'm like thirsty. It's what I want. So I'm super excited that I found it. I found it in my purse today. So that's what happens when you clean out your purses. You find, some people find money, and I find Pure, and I'm so grateful that I found it because it's delicious. I needed it today. The kids have already been in timeout several times. They've destroyed the living room 3 times, and 3 times I've had to clean it up. And I will continue cleaning it up until they go down for a nap, because that's what I do. So while I'm on here, I know it's so delicious. I wanted to share something with you guys. So the past couple days, I've been able to help 3 new customers between me and my team. And it's been a huge blessing to hear their story and why they're ready to start Thrive Experience. And, several of them are going to be secret thrivers, and several are going to be definitely are okay with me announcing that they're starting the Thrive Experience. But, it is the holidays. Thrive is one of the best things you could probably get for somebody, because, last December when Mandy approached me about the Thrive Experience, this is after 14 months of me watching her. I finally said, okay, I'll create a free account. I finally created a free account. I think it was December 19th or 17th, somewhere around there. I finally created a free account. I was on my way to work. I was fed up. I was frustrated. I was exhausted. My body just ached. I had lots of discomforts because it was really, really, really cold last year, and it's snow outside still. So it's really cold right now. And I was just like down. I was stressed out. My headaches were there. They were, the whole story. So with that being said, December of last year, I finally said, okay, I'll create a free account. Let's look into it. So I looked into it a little bit more, still skeptical, still watching her. I didn't place my first order to January 25th. I remember the exact date because it was the date that Chris started it with me, and Mandy had sent me some samples, and like a good friend and a good person, I didn't take them properly. They sat on my desk for about a week, and I was just like, yep, they're not going to work. So let me try the patch. I threw the patch on my arm and didn't feel anything. Let me take the capsules. I don't want to take the mix because it's not going to be good. I don't like shakes. So I didn't take any of it properly. I took one day, one step another day, and nothing. So I finally made my purchase January 25th, and I got the order in, and Chris and I tried it together. Day 1, he was off with me. So day 1, he was off, and we went out to breakfast and run errands like we normally do when he's off. And about an hour after he started feeling it, took the capsules and the shake and his DFT, he was like, I feel like I can run a marathon. Now, my husband is a fit guy when I met him, works out, loves working out, but he's not a cardio guy. He doesn't like cardio. He doesn't like running. He doesn't.
Okay, so I'm pausing this because this is the beginning of their Thrive Experience. Rewinding it a little bit. She talks about Chris working out, and he likes to work out, but he's not a cardio guy. He doesn't like running. So this sort of plays into this whole things about Chris started changing. And again, this is December 2016. So are you talking about his victim advocate speech, Alicia? Because yes, he does say that they were carried out like trash. But that's what the district attorney said. So I think he's repeating what the district attorney said, and there is no footage, in my opinion, of him carrying them out. Because then the district attorney takes back that statement and says, well, no, I guess they didn't all die in the house. The kids were killed at Servy. So yes, he was crying, but he doesn't say that he saw the footage. And what he thinks he's seen, I think, is what is Nate's footage, and the district attorney has said, and this is where he carried them and took them to the Servy site. And then district attorney had to retract all that after sentencing, after people saw the shadows. And then he said, well, yeah, actually, that's not what happened. The kids left alive. So things have changed. And unfortunately, I think that, you know, when you're very vulnerable, you hear things and you're being told things by superiors, by authorities, and you trust what the district attorney is telling you. And then when the district attorney takes it back, things started to become strange, because then the Ruseks wanted more investigation into NK. They were friends with Armchair Detective, and they thought, according to Dr. Phil, which they told Dr. Phil this in his podcast, he says that the Ruseks believed that authorities were going to the prison in February 2019 so that Chris would roll on his mistress. That didn't happen. And then all of a sudden the Ruseks were like, no, we don't think that she's involved anymore. So, I mean, their own feelings and viewpoints on the case have switched a lot too. So anything that the Watts camp says, I take with a grain of salt, and with no disrespect, but anything that the Ruseks sort of say, like in regards to the case. Again, they've stated they don't mind when people go through the case as long as you source the discovery, etc. It's just when you're a victim and a victim's family, your viewpoint and opinion on the case isn't unbiased. Like, it's not coming from a source of a mind that isn't emotionally attached. So I think that they want to just believe certain things at this point. And they're just working through their own grief and living like in their grief now. Yeah, the media portrays NK as a witness, makes me mad. And a victim. Well, he lied to her. No, I think I knew what you meant, Melanie. Yeah, they do. And people keep saying it too. NK is totally protected by authorities, and it makes me sick. I know. They knew the death penalty was already voted to be taken away in Colorado. They lied to Chris to scare him. He was never going to get the death penalty. You know what I don't understand too is, like, in the prison interview, Chris says, my lawyers told me that if I go to trial, I'll have to see the crime scene and autopsy photos, and that I can't react at all when they show them. Why was his legal team trying to it's almost like his team was trying to sway him to sign the plea deal too. So if you sign this, it won't go to trial and you won't have to worry about seeing those images. It's just so bizarre. All right. So anyways, back to this whole little live stream here. She describes Chris as not a runner. In 2017 and 2018, she starts talking in her live streams about Chris is out for a run, and texts Chris one time about all you care about is going on runs or something like that. I believe that this whole him starting to run, you could say, well, he did start Thrive too. Yes. So then did that make him vulnerable in a position to run into NK at the park? She's walking her dog. He decides to go for a run because of this new lifestyle. Or he's at the gym and, meets NK there. Or is he telling Shanann that he's going out for a run and he's really meeting up with the mistress? Yeah, like Jay said, running was a cover to see NK. And he had a smartwatch, an Apple Watch. So you could easily be hooking up with somebody, your cardio is showing that you're exercising and you're actually not exercising, you're sexercising, I guess they'd say. So is he telling Shanann I'm going for runs, but he's meeting up with NK? Or is he going for runs because Thrive is making him feel like he can run a marathon? And as he's running at the park, he meets NK walking her dog. Like, it just seems like the running kind of became new. So this is December 10th, 2016. 2017 comes around and he's running and all that. So it's almost like, did the running set him up to meet NK? Or, you know, do you guys see what I'm saying? It's like something new that came about, because she says here that he's not a runner. So then he starts taking Thrive, and then there's all these live streams of her saying he's out for a run, or Chris is running, text messages about him going for a run. It's just very interesting, because what we know about Chris is he kind of morphs into different people depending on who he's around. So suddenly he goes from not being a runner type guy to running all the time. It just is like, that had to have maybe correlated with maybe meeting NK. She's very much into fitness. She also has a dog that she brings to the park.
He was like, I feel like I can run a marathon. Now, my husband is a fit guy. When I met him, works out, loves working out, but he's not a cardio guy. He doesn't like cardio. He doesn't like running. He doesn't like any of that. So for me, I knew right then and there that that's awesome. But then I didn't feel anything. I was just like, okay, this is not going to work for me. Hold on, Mama. I called Mandy. I said, so Chris is feeling great, but I don't feel good. Nothing's changed for me. I don't feel any difference. So she said, well, stick it out. I was like, all right, well, I bought the month. Not going to waste money. I'll give it a full month try. And then all of a sudden, day 5 comes around and I started feeling better. And after day 5, Chris came home and he was like, wow, you're in a good mood. I was like, well, that's good. I'm glad you think I'm in a good mood. Am I not in a good mood when you come home any other day? He's like, no, you're just, you're fed up and you're impatient and, you're not as happy as you are today. He's trying to cover himself so he wouldn't get in trouble. Say hi. Say hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
And then week 3 came around and I was literally dancing around the living room, having fun with this one while Cece was taking her nap. And that was my aha moment. That was the moment where I literally felt amazing. It was past Bella's bedtime. We were dancing and singing and having a good time. I didn't, had no aches, had no discomforts. I really, really felt genuinely good. That's that feeling of bliss. I don't know how to describe it, but it just felt great. Baby, don't play with that, please. Hold on. Let me take this off so Cece don't eat it. So it was just amazing. And, long story short, I've been thriving now since January, the end of January. So I got the product probably close to the 30th, and it's been an amazing journey with Thrive. And I couldn't be more grateful for my friend Mandy for sticking it out with me, putting up with all my negative remarks and ignoring her text messages and, things like that. Like, I just didn't believe it was going to work for me. So I didn't, I don't know, is that typical person who just ignored her, ignored her text messages. I ignored her calls. When she asked about the girls, I responded. But when it was anything to do with Thrive, I didn't. So with that being said, I've had several people approach me over the last couple of days, and they've been that person. They were me. They didn't, they blew me off. We would talk, and then all of a sudden they'd ask about Thrive. I'd answer their questions, and then it was gone again. So, several of them came back to me over the last couple of days and said, Shanann, I've been following you. I am such a huge skeptic. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm willing to give it a try because I'm at the wit's end where I don't have any more to give. And I need that. Sorry, my kids are climbing up and down. you know, they just are done. They need a change in their life. And you know what? This is the best time of the year because most people, I don't care who you are, how old you are, you start having joint discomfort, inflammation. The cold weather just literally chills you to the bone. So it gives you that overall, you know, aches and discomforts. And, you know, it's a really, really good time to start your Thrive experience. And I want to pay it forward through the holidays. I got paid, what's today? Saturday. So I got paid Tuesday, and I really want to help some people get started on their Thrive experience because Mandy stuck it out with me. Mandy helped me get it started. And I want to pay it forward because, you know, the best thing, oh my goodness, the best thing you can do for yourself is take care of yourself. And the one thing that I can tell you is going to be 33 this year. I have 2 kids that are extremely wild. And destroy things, break things, eat things. Cece eats things. So my patience has been so much better. My girls have gotten a better mom. I'm more patient, calm mom. They've gotten, my husband's gotten a better wife. It's just the best thing I could have done for myself. You know, it's, I don't know. I can't describe it. It was the biggest jump I did for myself. One thing being a mom, the last person you think about is yourself. Or dad, you always think about your kids before you think of yourself. Cece's trying to destroy the kitchen. I hope you guys can hear this because this is what I'm dealing with. But if I sound scattered brain, it's because I'm trying to make sure the kids don't break any of my kitchen stuff. So, you know, do yourself a favor, you know, take care of yourself. Cece, hold on, kid. Listen to this kid. Look at this kid. Hi. You want attention? Here, let's give you some attention. Here, let's go. Cece wants some attention, you guys. All right. So why Cece gets some attention? Girls, no fighting, please. No fighting. This is what I do all day long. I'm a referee. I'm hold on, mama. Okay. Can we look at the camera? Say hi. Hi. Yeah. So I'm obviously, you see, I'm not gonna be able to finish my conversation with you guys. But reach out to me, you know, let me help you. Girls. Can I say, you want an apple? You want apple? Look at the hearts. See the hearts? Yeah. That means to shh. And they love you. Okay. So we see what's going on here. So go ahead. Go in the tunnel. What happened? Nothing? All right, guys. So do yourself a favor. Going live with the kids is probably not the greatest idea I made this morning, but you know what? I had to tell you guys, I had to share this with you. I am in awe with the fact that I can be such a best mom that I can be and take care of my girls and not lose it. Don't get me wrong. I have my moments where they're in bed. I put them in their room. They're in trouble. Mom's had enough. But, you know, they're kids. They're 1 and 3. I mean, seriously, they're kids. They're going to be kids. They're going to be a pain in the tail. And they're going to be dangerous and a daredevil. But you know what? They're kids. And so we need to make sure that we can be, you're heavy. Be the best person that we can be for our family, for our kids, for, you know, everyone that's around. Ella, out of the refrigerator. You want pepperoni? Okay, we'll get out of the fridge. I'll get it for you. So guys, reach out to me. Let me help you. Let me help you get started. Let me pay it forward. I only have, I can only help 3 people as of right now. So let me know what I can do. Reach out to me, text me. Let me help you. Ella, come here. Give me your bowl, please. It's in the living room. Can I have your bowl? let me help you. Let me help you be that best person that you can be. Thrive helps with more than just the energy. It gives you like more patience. It helps you with overall mood. I'm happier. Here. There you go. Here, Mama. So, whoa, that's a lot. Hold on. That's a lot. Come here, Cece. Kid. What do you want? You want pepperoni? You can't eat it whole. What do you want? Say hi. Say hi. Say, I'm giving you one, honey. I'm giving you one. Here, Cece. Celeste, here. What do you want? You want this? Oh. All right, guys. Well, I love you guys. Let me help you. Reach out to me. And we'll go from there. All right, guys. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon. Come here, baby. Come on.
All right. So pretty much, just looking at, her old videos sometimes is interesting to me. I know a lot of people are like, the kids kind of need some attention. Why doesn't she get off the live? Sorry. I know. And that's why I feel like MLMs I can't support them because I don't know. She felt like she had to do that because that's what your superiors tell you when you're in an MLM. Make sure you're posting daily. Make sure you're creating an audience. Make sure you're, promoting this every day. You have to do. And so not only is being a mother of young kids at that point, like a lot of pressure on a woman because you want to make sure like, oh, are they hitting their milestones? Am I present enough? Do they get enough nutrients? Do they need more milk? Should I give them vitamins? There's all these things that go through a mom's head and dad's, and that's enough pressure. But then MLMs, I think, give you an even more standard of like, you need to be doing this and showing that everything's perfect, etc. And that's just where I feel like things were kind of off kilter at some points with the whole Thrive aspect of this case, unfortunately. Yeah, MLMs run hard and rampant on social media. Yes. And she, was making her, I don't know, achievements and stuff like that in the company. And then as soon as things kind of went further, it just wasn't enough anymore. Yeah, she was trying to support her family. And the other issue too is when they got that house, Chris had a different job. He was working at as a mechanic and getting paid really, really well money. So that's why everything was financed in his name, etc. And then he started working at Anadarko, and they were definitely financially struggling at the point of the murders. And I just feel like they were living the way they lived when he had that mechanic job still, but he didn't have that job or income anymore. So it's just a bunch of different things that were kind of happening for the family around the time of the murders that are just like unfortunate. And, they had to have been stressed. So again, I just really wanted to show that live stream because I just thought it was interesting. And at the end of 2016, her claiming that Chris isn't into cardio and claiming that he's not a runner. And then it just seemed like that habit for Chris changed, and he's very much a chameleon. So what prompted the change? Was it the Thrive that really was like, you know what? I feel like I can run a marathon. Why don't I just pick up running? And then is that how he met NK? Either at the gym or at the park. Or was NK a bigger influence on the running habit, and he was running, with her, or maybe they weren't even running? I don't know. I just find it very interesting that he goes from not being a runner to all of a sudden she's talking about it a lot in 2017. So that was pretty much what I wanted to show you guys outside of the article that we did read in the beginning of the stream. So if you missed that, you'll have to go back and hear the, Chris has no personality at all. Exactly. So he just picks up on other people's personalities, whoever he's around. Didn't Shanann want him to quit the mechanic job? Yeah, he was complaining of carpal tunnel. So she thought to save him from having needing surgery and the issues that come with carpal tunnel down the line, that he should switch up his career. So, yeah, it shows the change. And exactly. And it's just, sometimes we dig deep into this case and sometimes we overanalyze things. The running aspect has always just been kind of interesting to me. That's so true. The MLMs, yeah. It's sad. So anyways, he writes in this new article that they've known each other for a while. So did the running habit have anything to do with knowing each other? Is that how they met? The other thing that I find interesting too, which I'm not going to turn my camera on so I can't show you guys, but there is this Facebook group that was brought to my attention because it's just so terrible. It's called Shanann Watts, Manipulator, Narcissist, Abusive Wife. And these Facebook groups are run by people who obviously start them. And the person who runs this Facebook group is the same person who's been promoting Dylan Tallman's new books and stuff. So you'll see her in chats on YouTube, promoting his book. You'll see her in these Facebook groups promoting Dylan's book, the one that he even co-wrote with Chris, and then they took Chris's name off it, etc. She is a Shanann hater. So I won't say her name. I know you guys might have seen her around the chats because when Dylan's book came out, people started reviewing them. And he speaks about his life inside prison with Chris. And she's out on social media sharing the links to the book. And, this is on Amazon. It's really good, blah, blah, blah. Somebody sends me this Facebook group just to be like, can you believe this crap? And then I look at the admin list and I'm like, oh, I recognize that name. I see her name in chat. I am going to say yes. But yeah, so it's disheartening. But that's their bad karma. You want to run a Facebook group about a murdered victim that way, then that's bad karma on you. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, but to form a Facebook group like that, terrible. Yes, unravel. Not cool. I don't know, Bobby. Not sure, but it's interesting that these letters that have come out basically say, hey, Debbie Fox, basically say, oh, she was here, that Shanann was controlling and NK was everything my wife wasn't. Duh. Hello, Chris, you idiot. Do you not realize that that's what NK was sought after doing? She stalked you guys. She was following Shanann, created her own self and image to present to you, and knew I'll just do the opposite of what his wife is like. And he even says, like, yeah, Coder says, she's a different kind of woman. And he's like, yeah, she would just go like camping sometimes by herself, blah, blah, blah. He's an idiot. Hi, Justice A to Z. Good to see you. It is disgusting. I agree. Nobody really knows what Shanann was like except Shanann. He's a total idiot. Right. Like thinking that he actually met a real person. No, Chris. And the NK you knew was sought out to manipulate you. It's just funny to me because that he really does see like her as, well, we could be ourselves with each other, or whatever else he said in that article. We could make decisions together. Hold on, let me pull it up right now. I want to get his quotes accurate. He sought refuge with his mistress, Nicole Kessinger, as she was everything my wife wasn't, adding that pregnant Shanann was a control freak. The handwritten notes to Dylan, fellow inmate at Dodge Correctional, state marriage was unfulfilling as she was really busy with her job and everything it required, adding that he was often the daughter's primary care. She was everything my wife wasn't, like with me. She was just nice and not a control freak. We could make decisions together. I'm sorry, but I see Nicole as NK as like a control freak just from her interviews. Like she seems very like adamant on steering and controlling the conversations. I feel like Chris also has stated things like, it was like a roller coaster ride I punched and I couldn't get off of. It was like she had a leash wrapped around me, pulling me away. He said things like, it was like I just couldn't control it. I had to walk her off of what was it? I had to walk her off a ledge a couple times or something like that. And now he's sitting in prison with a new girlfriend number who knows what in 6 years. Like, dude, did you even grieve anybody? Out here collecting girls like we collect Pokemon cards and stuff. Like, come on. He's just all over the place. Yeah, exactly. NK was as controlling as can be. He's lying to himself. Exactly, Alicia. It's like the more time that he's spent behind prison, the more he's like fantasizing this image of NK that like, oh, she was a Jezebel. Oh, she, chamber of death. Guests were chamber of death or whatever the heck he said. It's like, come back down to reality. Realize you got played and made a fool of. Own up to what you did. Instead, he keeps her on this like pedestal and like fantasizes about the girl that he thinks he knew. Like, you didn't know the real NK. Yeah, and Chris needs a woman to control him because he is a tool. Yeah, pretty much. He has no backbone. Zero backbone. Yeah, and tell us what she did. Exactly like Tammy said to you in the interrogation, only she said Shanann. Tell us what Shanann did. No. Tell us what Nicole Kessinger did. I agree, Jay. I don't think NK knows the real NK. Spineless like a jellyfish. Yep. I think so too, Tony. It's all he knows. He likes to be controlled by women. Yes, exactly. He's so immature that he did not even realize how controlled he was by NK. And I agree, GC. It started with the mother, then other women in his life controlled him. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys going through this. Again, I did not expect, yeah, that's true too, James. I did not expect us to do 2 Watts live streams in a row this week. Usually we do save it for Thursdays only, but this article is now circulating. Thought that it was worth kind of discussing with you guys. Again, I just think that it's more BS and more, pointing over here, and don't dig for the truth. Don't ask me to tell the truth, but I'll tell you this stuff. It might sound interesting. It's like, stop. Marissa, I truly believe that she would have dumped him. Like, I don't think that, like, even though she was looking up wedding dresses for 3 hours, I don't think that she had I don't think that they were really that compatible. Like, he's too much of a pushover. Like, she eventually, I think, would have cheated on him or gotten bored of him. I just don't. And plus the kids, I think that she just was turned off by a guy who had kids. So even if things kind of ended in a quote unquote normal way, I think that she would have gotten bored with him. He's got no personality. And like I said, him having children, and by then Shanann would have had Nico and they would have just divorced. So he's gotten a son too. She can't even give him a son that he never had because Shanann did that too. So I think, just like she said to her girlfriend in the text messages we went through last night, I feel like he's been there, done that. Every guy I meet has kids nowadays. Like, I think that was a factor in her like dating, where like, I know that, don't judge him, but my brother, like, he's in his 30s. He doesn't want to date someone with children. I've tried to open his mind to it. I've tried to say, like, well, I mean, you're in your 30s. What are you expecting? Everyone else who's around your age is probably going to have kids. But that's just a stipulation that he just doesn't want to do. And I think that NK was probably the same. Sort of like a deal breaker, I think. But anyways, guys, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, and you guys need to just believe it. But I appreciate you guys being here. Monday, so next week we'll go back through some recaps on Sarah Boone. We got some Gypsy stuff to go through, Gypsy Rose, because we are on the Gypsy Rose watch, because, since she's out on parole, she needs a close eye. And we're keeping a close eye on her. So we'll be doing that. Maybe we'll do some more Stephen Stearns, Madeline Soto stuff. Obviously, more Watts content. Sebastian Rogers, an update would be nice. But yes. All right, guys. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I wanted to thank those who donated, those who hit the like button, the members, the moderators. You guys are awesome. Anyone who participated in chat. Exactly. I agree, Natasha. There's nothing wrong with knowing what you want. And that's pretty much what my brother has said. I do hope he finds someone soon, though. No. But you guys have a great weekend, and we'll be back around 8 p.m. on Monday, and then start another week of true crime. So hit that like button on your way out, and you guys have a good time this weekend doing whatever you got planned. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.